Hey there guys, and welcome to another video from CoachFantastic.com. Today we're going to look at some technical training with dribbling and turns involved and some skills, and just to start off with, warm the players up in the free play. So here if you look, we've got a 10 by 10 area with a cone in the middle, so like a dice looking area. Now you can just warm up the players, whether you're doing a 1v1 session or just one individual play, or whether you've got your whole team. I always like to start off my session with technical stuff and just to warm up, get a feel for the ball. So you ask the players to be creative and just bring out any skills they want to do, whatever they feel comfortable with to get warm. So that's what we're doing here, whereas we're watching the players just going around and just doing some skills, and then flicking the ball up there to do some aerial control, just mixing it up and warming up, and then after you can do some stretches, whether it's dynamic stretches or static, however you guys want to do it. So that's just basically the warm up that we're looking at here. And then we're going to look to take it into a more structured environment to give the players some challenge. And how we're going to do that to start off with is something called the step and touch. Now the step and touch technique is if you're dribbling with your right foot, we ask the player to step with their left foot. So every time you step, you touch the ball. Step, touch, step, touch. If you look, we're looking for very small touches and very small steps. This increases the touches on the ball, small, close control in a tight environment. So if we just look here, every time the player touches the ball, you step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, so this is the technique to improve change in direction, close control, in areas where it's quite tight with not much space. So this is a step touch technique, and like I said, you use one foot to step and one foot to touch. So we're working on the right foot if you look here. Now we're going to look at outside, inside. So as the players do it, they can say it in their head, you have to use the outside and inside of the same foot. Again, we're working on the right foot here, but you would do this with the right and then you would switch it to the left. But to start off with, if we look, we're just going to show you outside, inside, outside, inside as you do this. So it's like the step and touch, very small touches again, but now the player has to think about using the outside, then using the inside. This means the player has to move and manipulate his body. Now we move that on to the left foot, right foot. Exactly the same thing, but now the player has to think about alternating feet. And it makes clever players, because they actually have to think about what they're doing rather than just dribbling around and not thinking about anything. If they make a bad touch and it's on the wrong side of their body, then they have to move their body and quick feet to get in that position. So this is left foot, right foot, and again, if you just watch the plays, always thinking of how you can move it to one foot than the next foot. Outside hook turn now. We're going to use the cones as we had them laid out, and if you look, we're working on the outside hook. Every time you go to the outside cone, you go back to the middle cone. So if you look, we're looking to twist our body around, step in front of the ball, and then use the outside of our foot to hook the ball and turn. We then progress that to maybe a step over turn. You can use any turns you want to do. This is faking the players out, pretending you're going to pass or take the ball one way, and then you change direction. Every time you go back to the middle, and every time this time we've asked the player to use the step over turn. Obviously increasing the tempo, start off slow, get the technique, and then increase the speed of the player. Now looking at the Maradona turn. So, the cones are like defenders. We're looking to turn away from these defenders, and if you look, we're using the Maradona turn or the 360 turn to do this. Okay, so you can time players while they do this as well to make it a little bit more challenging for them. And now something for those technical players, and I'll do this with some of my more technical players in training. We'll ask them to, juggle the ball and try and go around the same course that they just done without dropping the ball. Now, as the player's doing this, everything that we've just looked at there, it can be changed and manipulated, and that there can be changed hundreds of times, and I change that hundreds of times. These are just examples of how you can train players, whether it's you're doing private sessions, one-on-one sessions, whether you're doing it with a big group. If you're doing it with a big group, then obviously you make the area bigger to work in, but this is just one player, like a private session, so we're just looking at how we can improve that. So please tell me if this helped. If it did, let me know. And thanks again. CoachFantastic.com, adholland.com. Thank you.